Hi everybody and welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. Today I'm going to take you through the process that I go through when I have an idea in my head and um, how I think I want it to turn out, but then actually how it really pans out and turns out in a journal or on a double page spread. Um, so I hope you stick around. I hope this gives you a little encouragement that when you have an idea and you're not quite sure how to make it work, it's okay to go in another direction. So this is the Yo-Yo Journal, and I thought I would sit down and work in Liz's book. And I have an idea. I need a double page spread for this project. And these pages are really the only, I wouldn't do it on here because this page here is showing. So this page, I want a rubber stamp on here. This is out because you won't be able to see it and the colors aren't conducive as to what I want to do anyways. I could do it here, but I really want more of a plain background because you'll see why. The images I'm going to be using are quite colorful. So this is the page that I want to design. So the whole idea between the Yo-Yo Journal, between Liz and I over at Buttons for Brains, is that I would work in her journal, she would work in mine. We'd swap, which we've been doing, mailing back and forth. And then I work in mine, she works in hers. And now we are back to the point where I am working in hers, she's working in mine. This is the last installment I'll have working in her journal. It will be shipped back and then she will finish it and she will be able to keep it for herself. So again, my take on this collaboration that we're doing is to incorporate ideas and a little bit of our personal lives, what we like, the colors that we like, the different seasons we like, holidays we like. Um, it's a little bit her, a little bit me. And at this time of year, it's fall, it's autumn. And one thing that I think autumn is my favorite time of year. It's probably, it's the prettiest time of year for me. Um, the weather is really right up my alley, warm, mild, sunny days, not too hot, not too cool. The nights are crisp and cold. I break out my tea. I start drinking my tea at night. It's just a cozy time of year. So I wanted to make a double page spread in Liz's book, and I had an idea. So I have this stamp set by Dina Wakley, and I really liked this image. And my thought process on this was I had stamped this gal ahead. I was going to watercolor her. And I was going to have her right about here in the journal. And I wanted to have a spray of leaves come over around here. And on each leaf, I'll just pick a couple leaves. And on each leaf, I wanted to have some of my favorite things that I really like with music this time of year, why I like fall and autumn, mostly, my favorite foods this time of year, to give Liz a little insight on my habits and how I roll during the autumn months. So as I was working with this, and I had it all planned out in my head, that's what I wanted to do, I found that the leaves, and I have these two really nice packs of leaves, whoops, as they fall. My acorns are falling. Creative Imaginations. These are 35 die cut shapes. These are all leaves. These are the same. These are leaves, but these are all green, bright green leaves, like right here. All these very bright green leaves, some other type leaves. And I thought these were just a little too much. They were a little too dark. I didn't like the way they looked on the paper, but I still want to use them. So as I got thinking, well, I also have the Thinlits, Tim Holtz. I have these leaves, and I haven't used these yet, and I've been wanting to. So I cut, these are with the Sizzix. So I cut a bunch of leaves out, which I really, really like. I figured I wanted to get some variegated paper. This is double-sided, so I can use either side. This is more the flat side. I wouldn't use this. I would use the side it looks a little raised. So there's this one paper pad that I really like, and it's this pad right here. It's by K & Company, and does it have a brand to it? I don't know if I love it. I use this for a lot of projects. It's double-sided, and you can use it for tropical, if you want to make a tropical junk journal, if you want to do an eclectic, if you want to do a 60s. I just find this very versatile. So I went to this because I thought, well, all the colors are in there of the leaves in the mountains, up in the Adirondacks. You've got the blues, the blues, yeah. I don't know where my mind's at. You've got the greens, the reds, the yellows, the real vibrant, the muted. So I went with that pad, and I think it's exactly the look I'm looking for. So once I started playing with this, and I thought, will I stamp her on here or will I keep this cut out? I realized that these leaves are just a little too big for what I wanted to do. And I thought the leaves could come off of her hair like this, and then they could sweep over onto the next page, and I could go from there. And I didn't like it. I don't like that look. I just don't think it's right. It's not feeling it. So then I got thinking, obviously I really shouldn't be using her at all. So then I got thinking about other stamps that I might have, faces, or I have a lot of art books where I've cut out faces. Then I remembered that I had the Dina Wakley stamps here of sketched faces. And I said, well, I'm going to try something like that. And I had an idea in my mind by just using one of the images. I went with this gal right here. So I set this aside because I'm not ready to do any stamping or anything. I'm still in the design process. And this is what takes a while when you want to do a nice page, and especially if you're doing it in someone else's journal or you're working on something to give away. So I remembered that one of the things I really like to do with my collage work is I have these oversized cards, and I really enjoy. These are all gals from vintage magazines, either Women's Day, McCall's, Family Circle. These are the Clairol girls, okay, that they've shown over the years. And what I like to do is I really like cutting out. I just love working with female women images, especially the vintage ones. And I like to cut them out. And then I take my German stickers. And as you can see, I like to add them to their hair, whether it be these are German butterfly stickers. This one here, these are all the German stickers. And then I will just choose, I'll make sure that they fit around their face. And I just really enjoy creating these. So I got thinking about these and I pulled them out and was looking at them. I have these in I have them in my blue and white journal. So then I thought, well, I'm going to do the same thing in Liz's journal, but I'm going to use leaves. So, like I said, before I do anything, I like to stamp it here on a paper, play with it a little bit, think about it. Then I grab my page that I want to work in. And I get it set up as to about where I'm going to place her in the book. All right. And she will be pretty much down in this little corner here. So I will put her down in this corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut her out. All right. And I'm going to place her there. Get my paper scissors. Here's my paper scissors. And then by doing this, you can see about where you need to stamp her. You can move her around on the page. So I would put her right down around here. I'm going to cut her a little bit smaller because I'm just going to cut this out here like this. Okay, right about there. And then, like I said, I'm going to do the same thing. If you do it like this, you'll definitely know if you have enough room for what you want to do, and then you can kind of plan. So I have my leaves here that I want to use. And what you have to then do is you have to take into consideration the shape and the angles of your leaves. So I usually just lay them all out. I do want to get a little bit of the greens in here just to break this up. So the first thing I do is I just start playing. Better get my glasses on so I can really see. So you see how this contours here? This actually is a nice angle right around her face here. It actually it's almost like I cut it out. I cut this out to fit around her face here, but I didn't. So then we would want to move her up a little bit because this is hanging off of the bottom. So we're going to put that there. And then just to break things up a little bit, I may I'm going to get these on first. So then this one here, and this is where you just kind of have to play and take your, this one kind of hugs the top part of her. So that would work well there. You just have to decide how, if you want, see this one comes out a little bit. And you just kind of start to build her little crown, or however you want it. I want to cover up that white somewhat. Maybe I'll put this in around here, like this. This one obviously is too large to go down around here. And this is where you can start playing with some other, let's see what we have for, I think these just might be all too big, these browns. I'm going to move this right here a little bit. I know this seems like tedious work, but I think this is where I get a lot of my satisfaction, because it's almost like you're building a puzzle or creating a whole new image. I'm going to empty all these out here, these browns, because maybe we could get a little bit of brown in there. This is a pine cone. And you just want to see what shape, what direction you want to go in. This is too big. I'm going to take this is too big. This is too big, big. These are too big. A lot of these browns they're just a little too big. Okay, green leaf here. Let's see. I want to come down around here, this section here, and see what. I know I don't want I don't want to use these because those are pine. I just want to pretty much stick with the fall style leaves. And thinking the entire time about the shape and the face here. I don't know if that on the side there will work. It works down here like this. Normally I would do this down here on but I want to see as far as my page just about where she is going to, where she will be. Now this one here, maybe this one here would work a little bit better to outline her face here. I don't like the two of them. And this is where you just have to think and be patient. And play with it. You know, they are not glued down, so you don't have to worry about making an error. It's good like that. This I could cut the stem off if this proved to be worthy of going in there. This is where you kind of have to block out, you know, things like this, your stems. And again, you want to see exactly what design, what way you want this to curl around her face. And it takes a while. And like I said, this is where you can have a lot of fun. And not get, you don't want to get, there's no reason to get discouraged something like this because you're just trying new patterns. Where's my little paddle here? And you can just keep building from there. And obviously, the more that you add, especially some of these more leafy shapes, you can fill in with the pine cones if you need to. And I'm just going to put this here for now. I still have to figure this out a little bit. But it won't take me long. It always seems always seems harder for me when I'm filming or doing a video, but then once I get off camera, I can pretty much just zip, zip, zip and get it all together. So I'm not going to work anymore on this. I think you get the idea, okay? Then over here, I'm still going to have some, leaves be coming over, breaking away onto this page over here, okay? And they will be something like this, kind of floating and blowing through the air. And then I'll be able to add some sayings or whatnot. Let's move this out of the way over here. Get back in focus. You know, I'll give her a nice, I'll clean her up, give her a nice little hat and crown. The leaves will be breaking way over here. And then I'm going to make a pocket. I mean, the leaves may come falling down. You know, I may have them more up this way and have some smaller leaves coming down, falling down around over here. I'm going to make a pocket here, and then I will have leaves over here dancing. Then what I want to do, because I won't be able to fit a lot on here, and I want to have Liz be able to have some nice journaling cards. I've picked out some other leaves, and what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make a couple videos just on this page alone, because I just want to give you the ideas of what you can do for journaling cards. I'm going to take these leaves here and I'm going to put them together. I will put them on another piece of paper. I may do it on a square. I'll probably just cut them out and around. I'll attach these and then I'll cut them out and around. I'll have a nice little journaling card. And then I have quite a few here. I have some larger ones for the larger leaves that we can attach and work on, cut out and around. And these will make really nice journaling cards. Then when they're all done, we're going to have a nice assortment of little journaling cards. And all of these leafy cards will be able to be tucked down into the pocket. And then it's just going to be a nice spray of autumn leaves and color coming across these two pages. So that is my idea. So I just wanted to share that with you. Like I said, we'll work on some of this together in the next video. But I wanted to show you, I thought it was important today to see the process that I go through. A lot of times when I, come up with an idea, it doesn't work out. I do it over and over. I think about it. Sometimes I have to go to bed. I sleep on it. But that's okay. So I just wanted to get basically the idea across to y'all that it doesn't happen, in one setting. It might happen over the course of a few days, but that's okay. That's what makes your art fun. So I'm going to be signing off. I'm going to be working on some of these little journaling card pieces to put in over on the side. I'll continue to work here. And I hope this was helpful to you and a little bit more inspiration. Don't get discouraged. Just play. There's not a time frame. Just come what is, what really feels naturally to you. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, I'd love to give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe, because I try to help my viewers out as much as I can, pass on information that I've learned or different things I think of to you. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to play a little bit with the paper, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.